Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Vive Business Builders Saturday morning training. Today, we're going to go and take a deep dive into the industry of network marketing, the mindset it takes to run this type of business, a little bit about Vive, and then also talk about some daily and weekly methods of operation. But before we get into that stuff, I want to really highlight to you guys, and it doesn't matter what industry you're in, that wealth is 95% mindset and only 5% what you do. I want you to really think about this. Really think about this. And for those of you, actually everybody here, you have other careers and jobs and things of that nature. Whatever it is you're doing inside of Vive or outside of Vive, it's 95% mindset and 5% what you do. It could be physical fitness. It could be your relationships. It could be your careers, income earning. I'm going to give you some examples here. So I'm not asking you to just take my word for this, right? Many of you have seen on the New York Stock Exchange, the stock exchange floor looks like this. There's hundreds of traders going bananas, and you can be a stock trader, right? Or you could be like Mr. Warren Buffett and be a stock trader, right? So what's the difference? What's the difference? Same industry, same vertical. Obviously, he's trading companies, but it's the same idea, right? But a different mindset. What he believes is possible, how he focuses his attention from day to day. I always say that, lions are not concerned with the opinions of sheep. Many of you might be getting pulled around from sheep, right? People that mean well, people in your family, your friends, questioning what you're doing. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I'm just saying a lot of you might be getting pulled around by people that are not going in the same direction. This happens in life in all areas, right? Same thing. If a lot of realtors, we have a ton of realtors in the Vive business, and you can be in real estate, or you could be like Uncle G, right? Mr. Grant Cardone, and you can be in real estate. I love this picture. It just says so much. So think about that, right? Same vertical, same industry, different mindset. And in network marketing, the industry that we're in here, you could be one of the 150 million people and growing in the oceans of network marketers, right? Or you could be like Mr. Alex Morton, right? 29-year-old dude coming up on, I think, 2 million a month from the same industry that you're all in. So think about that. What's the difference? What's the difference? Well, the difference is at 19 years old, he wasn't screwing off. He understood the industry, right? So by the time he got to his late 20s, like I said, multiple 7 figures a month. So think about that. We're all in the same industry here. It's mindset. We're going to help you with some of that today. And I want you to first understand the industry you're in. Most of you don't understand the industry that you're in of network marketing. You might have some friends from 30 years ago, or somebody's telling Amway stories or whatever it is. You don't understand. There's over $200 billion a year in products and services moved in the network marketing industry. That's more than Amazon. Think about this. There's more millionaire network marketers than there are millionaire realtors in the world. All right, think about this stuff. And we in Vive happen to have a recession-proof home-based business. I want you to really let this sink in. Most of you actually don't know what you have in your hands. And you're going out there into the world, and you're more concerned about what other people think than understanding what you have in your hands. Everybody has a cell phone. Everybody has internet. We're literally showing them how to pay less for something they're already doing. It's like selling oxygen or air. But what happens is we let our paradigms get in the way. We let other people's opinions get in the way. And we're letting the environment pull us all around instead of understanding what we have, focusing, right, and building a recession-proof business. But we're recession-proof. Back in 2006, 7, and 8, when people stopped paying their mortgages for up to 3 years, they did not stop paying their electric bill, their cell phone, their internet, their cable, because those companies will shut you off in a couple of months. So think about this. What other book of business do you have? What other company do you have that you can build over the next 5 or 10 years that's recession-proof? Because that's what you have in Vive. All right, guys. Now, you got to understand that why I'm so in love with the network marketing industry. When I started pursuing this industry 5 years ago, it caused me to pursue the education. Right, I went to the GoPro Mastery. I met Bob Proctor. I've studied, Napoleon Hill and Earl Nightingale and Bob and people like Jim Rohn. It led me to personal development. And a lot of people, if you're watching this and you're not in the industry, you might think that personal development is woo-woo, but that's like saying gravity and electricity is woo-woo, right? We're talking about physics and science and understanding the laws of creation. And that's what I've learned from my studies in network marketing. In the instant I started my journey in network marketing, the first 12 months, we became the top recruiter in that company. But I also scaled my construction company from $1 million to $10 million in 12 months. And Guys, I don't say that if you're watching this to impress anybody. I was rowing the same boat of ignorance for 43 years. Been an architect, a builder, an engineer, and I had inferior results until I came into the industry of network marketing, which caused me to pursue my education and get some mentorship, right? And those skills also helped me scale my core business 10x, right? Almost 1,000% in 12 months. And since then, we've gone on to create a software company, a gaming company, clothing, consulting. We consult with companies all over the world. Yeah, all of this came from network marketing. It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the coming into a space where you're learning public speaking, you're learning, you're building your skills, you're building a brand and a company, and just all these skills that come from network marketing, right? So there's a whole bunch of benefits to the industry that most people don't understand. But when you're showing this to your neighbor, you know, Joe Six-Pack Plumber across the street, he's like, what is this, one of those things? It's like, dude, you're grinding away for the next 40 years, you know, barely scratching 100K a year. And there's nothing wrong with being a plumber or working, but just don't let the opinions of sheep pull you guys around. Understand the leverage and the scale of network marketing. And then more importantly, understand that Vive is positioned like no other company in the world. We don't have products. Like, that's a whole nother deal, right? And I know people that earn 7 figures a month in product-based companies, but that's a whole nother deal. We have cell phones and internet. We have your mom, your friend, your grandma, or a corporation, you know, a chain of grocery stores. Like, we can, it's limitless. The market's limitless. You just got to understand what you have and work on your skills a little bit. And understand this, most global thought leaders recommend network marketing to build that initial wealth, to become a millionaire. This is the average person's way to become a millionaire, but it's not a lottery ticket, right? Most of you might be treating this like a hobby or a lottery ticket. And there's no business that works when it's convenient. I want you to really think about that. A lot of you might be working this when it's convenient. Well, guess what? It's never convenient. It's got to be on your calendar, right? Now, for me, that's Tuesday nights and Saturday mornings in 3 to 5 half-hour appointments a week. So it's about a 5-hour week business model. But guys, this is where you can learn leadership, public speaking, teaching, coaching, training, and you're getting paid while you're learning. It blows my mind sometimes when people come into network marketing and it's like, oh, I'm only making $300 a month. Okay, well, sophomore year in college, how much were you making from your studies in college? 0, right? 4 years, no money earned, all the money goes out, and you're lucky to learn a craft where you can make 50K a year. If you take a 4-year approach to network marketing and treat it like a college, it's not hard for somebody to get to 6 figures a month. Now, it's a lot of work. It's not a lottery ticket, or even 20K a month, right? It's not that hard of a thing to do in network marketing. If you focus, build your skills, treat it like a business. And guys, listen, I'm not saying you want to get to 10 or 20K a month. I'm saying if you want to, then we want to treat it like a business, right? But you're getting paid while you learn here. You get a business in a box. There's no inventory. You don't have to, there's no marketing. Like, I have multiple other companies and we spend multiple 6 figures on marketing in my consulting company. That's all done for you here in Vive. And it's some of the most brilliant marketing I've ever seen. I mean, that was Cammie's main thing before she got into, you know, corporate America and being a chief operating officer. She had a branding and marketing company, right? So we got the best of the best of the best here in Vive with the technology, what we're offering. And it's just up to you to drive that vehicles. But when I tell you that global thought leaders recommend network marketing, I'm talking billionaires like Richard Branson. Like, these people speak all over the world on the power and the influence and the leverage and scale of network marketing. People like Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, my mentor. Now, these people have never been in network marketing. Richard Branson's never been in it. He has Virgin Galactic, Virgin Records, Virgin everything, right? He's a billionaire in traditional business. But I remember Bob telling this. He said, listen, if I had to start all over today, he said, I would start in network marketing. Right? When Bob was cutting his teeth in the 60s, it wasn't really prevalent. There wasn't many companies, hardly any, and it just wasn't a big industry. But he said, if I had to start over, because the leverage and the scale, and because service to many leads to greatness, right? And network marketing, it's a direct reflection of your impact on people. See, in direct sales network marketing, you get paid what you're worth. Now, that can be a very harsh thing for some people, but you're going to get paid what you're worth, right? So it pays for you guys to build your skills. It pays for you to understand the industry, and it pays for you to have a daily method of operation. But guys, take a look at this slide here, right? There's a reason why 96% of the world's wealth is earned by 1% of the population. Really think about this. Now, it's not hard to be one of the 1%. I just made a decision. Up until age 43, I had never made the decision, never made a clear decision that this is what I want, right? But it's not actually not that hard to do. It starts with decision and starts with pursuing things, right? But why is this? Everybody goes through, grade school, high school. Most people go through college, and they're broke at age 65, having to work second jobs, not able to, live the life they want, right, guys? The reason is we're simply not taught how to build wealth in school, right? Now, I'm not beating up on the school teachers. It's not their fault. It's a broken system. School is a broken system. We're being taught how to memorize. We're not taught how to think in school at all. You're taught to memorize English, history, science, algebra. It's memory. That's the memory factor, right? What we want to do is use the reasoning factor. The reasoning factor is your ability to tap into the infinite and create and decide and discover things, right? Make decisions. So we're not taught this stuff in school. We're not taught decision making. This is why most people go into college undeclared, no decision, like 4 years of your life, 100 grand, no decision. I mean, that should be illegal, for Christ's sakes, allowing somebody to move forward in their life with no decision. So we're not taught this stuff. That's why it's not anybody's fault. It's not my fault. It's not your fault. I keep telling you guys, I was rowing the same boat of ignorance till age 43 when I got in front of this information. And we're certainly not taught wealth building. I can teach a 15-year-old how to save a few bucks and leverage and scale by the time they're 18, go buy a 3-family, live on the first floor, rent out the other 2, and be earning money instead of spending money. Like, you don't need to go to college for that. The real estate, basic real estate and finance should be taught in grade school and high school. And we're certainly not taught paradigms, right? So we're going to chat a little bit about paradigms, because everybody has a paradigm, and it's not a good thing or a bad thing. A paradigm is just a set of mental programs that have almost exclusive control over your habitual behavior. And I know that's a mouthful, and I'm going to say this a few ways, right? When you were born a blank slate. You have a subconscious mind, and it's blank. There's no programs, right? So through time, through your parents, through school and experience, all of these mental programs get stored right in your subconscious mind, and they control all of your results. I'm going to give you some examples, right? But I want you to think about this. You never chose to speak English. That was spoken around you, and it got stored as a mental program. Does that make sense? Now, most of you don't have the program called wealth building. I certainly didn't have it. Warren Buffett has programs called wealth building. So think about this. Your subconscious mind is like an operating system in a computer. It's the best analogy I can find. This is a one-to-one analogy. You have an operating system. You have a data storage center called your subconscious mind. And when you're born, you have no programs. But then your parents teach you to speak. They teach you to walk. Walking is a program, right? So we have this operating system, and your subconscious mind is 1,000,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind as a data storage center. Now, consciously, this is why you can make a decision like, I want to lose some weight. But if you don't rewire the paradigm, you're never going to lose weight. You might go to the gym for 3 or 4 days, change your diet for 3 or 4 days, but it's not stored as a program yet. So sooner or later, your paradigm, it always brings you back to your set point. And the next thing you know, you find yourself not at the gym, munching chips on the couch going, what the hell happened? And because you don't understand your mind, you don't know how to rewire the programming. I'm going to show you how to rewire the programming here today. And you can apply this towards VIV, or your body, or anything else you want. This is not just a VIV thing or a network marketing thing. You're going to be able to use this going forward. All right, guys. So again, walking is a program. Your parents could have handed you a book on walking when you were young, and you would have probably just eaten it or drooled on it. You never, ever, ever would have learned to walk unless your mentors, AKA your parents, showed you, illustrated on the side of you, grabbed your little feet, right? Held your hands. See, we need mentors for everything, even something as simple as walking, right? And that's what school teachers are in a way too. They're mentors. Right now, they're horribly underpaid, and they're in a broken system, but by and large, they're demonstrating things, trying to connect the dots for our kids on, otherwise we just hand people books, right? But they don't know how to read the book. You have to teach. So that's what mentors do. Smoking, right, is a paradigm. When I say paradigms, these habits are not good or bad until we label them, but smoking is not a physical habit. That's a misnomer. Smoking is a physical expression of a mental program, right? The subconscious mind has to drive the mechanism, our hands, and go drive you to the store, buy the cigarettes. These are all physical things, put it in your mouth, right? So smoking is a mental program expressed physically. So if you ever want to quit smoking, then you have to change the program that's causing the body to move. Does that make sense, guys? So wealth building is a program. It's a language. Right now, it's probably like Chinese to you guys. It sounds like Chinese. It's complicated, but it's a language and anybody can learn it. Now, network marketing happens to be the gateway to building wealth. It's it's the easiest business you could ever run, right? If you're an employee right now and you're coming into network marketing, you've never had a company, I'm telling you, network marketing is hands down the easiest business you could ever run. I've had construction companies. I got a software company we're building, the consulting company. You're talking millions of dollars in investments. You're talking overhead employees. You're talking clients and inventory and having to worry about the marketplace and everything, right? Everything's done for you in network marketing, right? It's a couple $100 and boom, you got a business in a box. It's literally the easiest business you could ever run. All you got to do is reach out to people every day and ask, are you open to taking a look at my service, or are you open to taking a look at this business? If not, no big deal. Like, you have two things to do repetitively. Think about the simplicity of this, and then don't overcomplicate it, right? So wealth building is a program. And think about what we're doing in Vive. I mean, my goodness, who do you know that has a cell phone? That's the deal. You could make a Vive business just on cell phones alone if you just focus on the cause instead of the effect. I don't care if people sign up. I care how many people you're asking to sign up. That makes sense, guys? And I really want to hit you hard here today, because most people are focused on the results. When am I going to earn the money? Well, when you reach out to 50 people a day and you don't care what they think or say, you just got to get good at reaching out to people, starting the conversation. Listen, I can help you out, help you save a few bucks over here. If you want to earn some money, we can help you do that too. If not, no big deal. And then get good at sharing this. Right? Vive is the simplest model I've ever seen. Do you know anybody that uses internet? Guys, try to shut somebody's internet off and watch what happens. Think about this. I mean, they will go to war with you over that one. Try to take somebody's cell phone for a day. All right. Now, we don't have to convince people to use these things. The entire planet is already doing this. All you need to do is get good at showing them, listen, we can lower the cost on something you're already doing. Right? There's no pitch to this. I'm just trying to help you save a few bucks. Let me just show you something. If it doesn't resonate, don't do it. I don't care. But at least give me 5 minutes to show you what we're doing. This is not what you might think it is. So you guys might need to get your language up a little bit, right? You might need to posture up a little bit and be able to punch through some of that resistance. But the fact of the matter is, over $60 billion a year being overcharged. Like, we're tapping into this. When we get just 160 of this, right? Vive will be $1 billion company. Do you understand what that means? That means many, many millionaires. It means thousands of thousandaires. And you are some of the first people in this company. Like, all we need to do is scratch a piece of $60 billion, right? So think about this. We're at the pinnacle of this company. We're at the infancy of this, right? And you're all some of the founders. So guys, I want to do a little bit on levels of awareness. And again, this is for everything in life. This is not just for income or Vive. I want you to understand that everything in the world, everything in the universe, it depends on your level of awareness. And like I said, some of you just might not have a high level of awareness on wealth building. And earning $50,000 a year is not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just a frequency. It's like a radio station. Like, if you were going from AM to FM and you were, excuse me, all the way down at the low end of the dial, $50,000 is just a low frequency on earning money. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It just is. And $100,000 a year, it's just another frequency. It's a level of awareness. And now nobody's earning $100,000 a year because that's what they want to earn. I want you to really think about this and think about yourself. You're not earning right now what you're earning because that's what you want. You're earning what you're earning because that's what you're aware of. And me too. I'm not earning what I want yet. My short-term goal is 10 million a month through multiple revenue sources. So I'm not earning what I want to earn yet. I'm earning what I'm aware of earning, right? But every single day I'm raising my level of awareness through study. And that's what you guys can do too. So even 250K a year, right? Nobody's earning 250K a year because that's what they want. They're doing that because that's what they are aware of. This makes sense? Now, there's so many ways to earn money on this planet, it's ridiculous. And Vive is one of them, right? There's no income ceilings. 250 a year, 250 a month. Doesn't matter. It's just time and your effectiveness and decision, right? So these are all frequencies, guys. 500,000, 1 million, 5 million a year. That's not a big number or a small number. It's just a number. It's just a frequency. It's a place. I saw yesterday, I read that last Tuesday, Jeff Bezos increased his wealth by $13 billion in one day, 2 hours, matter of fact. In a 2-hour period, his wealth increased by $13 billion. I mean, can you even conceive that? Warren Buffett earned $37 million a day in dividend interest alone. So $5 million a year or a month or a week is not a big number or a small number. It's just a level of awareness. This makes sense, guys? Now, the way to raise your level of awareness is to do 4 things. Number 1, study in your mind every day. Most of you are not studying anything for your mind, so how are you going to become more aware? And I'm talking 15 minutes, right? Number 2, study in your industry. Most of you are not studying sales skills. You're not studying the skills in network marketing to get better, so you're not going to get better, right? Number 3, take daily measurable action. And guys, this is not a network marketing thing. I could apply this to real estate, Forex trading, construction. I apply this to all my businesses. I do this. Daily measurable, trackable action. And number 4, and this is the biggest one, you got to surrender to the process. Most of you are so focused on the result, you're not putting out the cause. You're so focused on when's the money going to come? Are they going to come? Is this customer going to sign? You're focused on the effect, and you're not focused over here on the cause, which is studying in your mind, studying in your industry, taking daily measurable action. So you're going to surrender to the process. If you're wondering if this is going to work every day, it's not going to work because you're in a low vibration, right? Stop wondering if it's going to work and make it work. 2 different frequencies. But this is what happens if you do these 4 things. Slowly by surely, day after day, you start to get better. Your levels of awareness comes up. You sign a customer. You sign a new pro member, right? They start to do it. You start to duplicate, right? And next thing you know, you hit your goal. If you can do those 4 things, it's a mathematical certainty. You're designed to hit your goals. You were born a creator just like I was. And here's what happens when you start hitting some of these goals. You're going to get there and you're going to be like, holy cow, I could have set this as a goal. Guys, there's no such thing as big or small. That's an illusion. The earth itself is not big or small until you compare it to a golf ball or the universe. Let that sink in. These numbers we're working with, when you set a goal of 100K a month, it's not a big goal or a small goal. It's just, do you want it or not? There's no such thing. There's only conscious awareness in the universal law of relativity, which states that there's no such thing as big or small until you compare it to something else, right? Everything is relative to your consciousness. That makes sense, guys? So I'm going to give you a couple of more examples here, and I'm going to open up the chat because I want you guys to play along with me. Bear with me for a second. All right, the chat's open. I want you guys to play along with me here. When you look at this picture, and some of you may have seen this before, so no cheating. What does this look like to you guys? Go ahead and type in the chat. What does this look like to you guys? I mean, obviously it's a baby. Let me see if you guys are paying attention. What does this represent to you guys? Let's see, do I get the chat opened up? Unaware, ignorance. Yeah, ignorance, Luke, yeah. Nolan, potential. My man, what's up, brother? Happy baby. Oh, it's a blank slate. There you go. Yeah. Ah, there we go. Deborah. Yeah, this is you. This is you. This is me at my current income. This is you at your current income. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just innocence. It's just, we're just starting, right? Guys, don't look backwards to create your future. Marathon runners, they don't run with the looking backwards. Most of you are looking at your current bank account, what you did last year, and how long you've been in ViV. Don't look backwards to go forwards unless you want to create more of the backwards, right? It's the here and the now and going forwards, right? So this is us, right? Now take that same little baby. Imagine if your parents, when you were 3 months old, imagine if they would have taken your clothes and here you go, little baby, have at it, go ahead and get dressed. Think about this. For those of you who have little babies, I want you to just take the clothes and put it next to the 3-month-old baby and see if that baby can get dressed, right? We would use the word impossible here. It's impossible for a brand new baby to get dressed because they are not aware of how to get dressed. They're not even aware of how to control their muscles yet. Does this make sense, guys? Think about this. Now, I'm guessing that you guys are on this webinar here. I don't think you're on the webinar naked, right? You're not watching this naked. I'm sure you have clothes on. So at some point, you did the impossible. You did the impossible. You learned through repetition with mentors how to do the impossible, which is getting dressed. Now, 6 figures a month right now to you might seem impossible. So you reject the idea and you don't pursue it. You don't make a decision. As a little baby, you don't have the ability to reject any ideas. This is why the baby learns to get dressed. This is why it learns to speak and eat and all the little things we're teaching it, right? But then when we get to, you know, our teen years and early 20s, we start to reject things. Well, I can't get to 6 figures a month. Other people can, but I can't. We start to buy this BS and these limiting beliefs about what's possible. But you yourself have done the impossible many, many times over and over again. Unless you're sitting there naked, not knowing how to get dressed, right? If you never learned to speak, at one point that was impossible. So wealth building is just a foreign language to you. You need to make a decision. Do you want to learn it or not? And I can't think of a better vehicle than Vive to do this, right? So guys, think about this. Take a look at this picture. I love this one. And play along with me. What does this represent to you guys? What does this represent to you guys? Take a look at this picture. Freedom. What else does it represent? Taking action. What else? Take a look at this picture. What does this represent to you guys? Joy, me at lunch. Fun, Gary. There you go. Yeah. Well, guess what? This is still you. This is you 2 or 3 months, maybe a year into your Vive business, right? Trying things, screwing it all up, right? Saying way too much, you know, not studying in network marketing, right? Here's the difference. Take a look at the expression on this baby's face. The baby's having fun. Now, there is not 1 ounce of food in the whole of the mouth of this baby. Like, it is not succeeding at the mission. But this is what you guys got to do. You have to have fun with the process. If you're building your network marketing company and you're like, oh, I got to do this thing, and you're droning on and nobody's signing up, you're in a low vibration. You're not going to sign anybody because nobody wants to be around you because you're not having fun. You're not plugged into the community. I mean, anybody here who knows my man, Nolan Handsome Davis, like that should be enough of a reason alone to join Vive. I don't care if you ever make money. Just knowing that dude would be enough for me to spend the rest of my life in this company. Like, understand the community, understand the culture, understand the learning, what you get out of network marketing. And the income will follow, by the way. If you guys just can simplify this and start having fun and being excited, I promise you the income follows. I mean, I'm the number 2 earner in the company. And I spend 5 hours a week doing this. You know why? Because I always talk like this about the company and what we're doing. It's like, dude, you might be a surgeon, but a professional network marketer will out-earn a professional surgeon 10 out of 10 times. Now, most of the people you're talking to are not professional network marketers, but I am, and I can show you the way. Now, do it, don't do it, I don't really care. But 10 years from now, you're still going to be stressed out doing surgeries. Well, I'm going to be sipping a martini on a beach, or earning money off of residual income. So guys, understand the craft, understand the industry, pick up your tonalities, but have some fun. Now, here's the other thing, guys, I want you to understand, because it might sound like I'm beating you up here. None of this is your fault. Where you are right now, income-wise, your job, your relationships, your body, none of that's your fault, not unless you already understand the information we teach. I didn't understand this. So it's not your fault if you don't know your programs and don't know how to change the programs that somebody else gave you. Like, you wouldn't blame a brand new baby. You're not going to get mad at this baby for making a mess. Now, if your 22-year-old son is doing this, you might get a little upset because he has the programs, he's aware. That's just stupidity at that point. But you can't blame an ignorant person, right? You can't blame the rioters for rioting. It's ignorance. And ignorance is not a bad term. It just means not knowing. They're expressing the only way they know how, rage, right? Now, I don't express rage that way. I don't have rage. To me, it's a waste of time. But I'm aware, right? Rage is a waste of time. I'm in a creative state. Rage is over here in a low vibration. I'm over here in a heavenly state. But I'm aware and I study, and you guys can do the same thing. So it's not your fault. So stop beating yourselves up about yesterday's and last week's and last month's performance. That's not your fault, and it's a waste of time. And let's just blank slate it today. Let's start today and start crushing this together, all right? So guys, this is the way the typical masses are programmed. This is the way you're programmed, more than likely. It's the way I was programmed. We're programmed to look at our results, right? We're programmed to look at our results, and those results cause our thinking. You're looking at your current results in Vive, your current bank account, your current body. And if you're not earning 6 figures a month, if you're not in a perfectly healthy body, it's going to set up some negative thinking. And that thinking causes feelings. And the feelings is what causes action or lack of action, right? So feelings is another word that we use to describe the conscious awareness of the vibration you're in. Now, there's a universal law of vibration, and I'm not going to go off too much into that. It's no different than the universal law of gravity or electricity. It's something that you don't understand that's impacting your life. Everything in the universe is in a vibration. Your thoughts, your physiology, everything. This mouse is not solid. Every single subatomic particle is in movement. It appears to be solid, but if you could shrink yourself down to subatomic size, you could fly right through that mouse, right? So everything's in vibration. So when you say feeling, it's vibration. If you tell me you feel sad, what you're saying is I'm consciously aware that I'm in a low vibration. If you tell me you feel excited, what you're saying is I'm consciously aware I'm in a high vibration. Now, what you need to do is understand a little bit of this and get yourself into a high vibration and stay there. And this is how you do it. Guys, the 1%, the way we do this whole thing called life is every single morning, it's new thinking. As soon as I get up, I am programmed, right? 10 million a month, 10 million a month, 10 million a month. I go running, I go to the gym, and I'm listening to, just everything, all kinds of information, educational information on the mind and wealth building, right? I'm programming myself. I'm brainwashing myself every morning with my life script. So the way the 1% thinks, it's always new thinking. I don't worry about anything, really. Worrying is like praying for what you don't want. But it's 10 million a month, 10 million a month. My goal in VEEV is to be the #1 earner. Sorry, Ed and Brendan and the Kenny brothers, but my goal is just, right, because I want to. And this is a very, very part-time thing for me. And I'm not saying that to impress you. It's to impress upon you. It's the new thinking, right? There's nothing special about me, I promise you. I'm just a good decision maker. But new thinking sets up new feelings or higher vibrations. And higher vibrations cause the body to move in a different way. Tonalities, posture, confidence, reaching out to 100 people a day. This is how it works. New actions, and guess what? This is not rocket science. New actions cause new results. If you want new results in your life, stop looking at your current results. Think about this. Don't look at your bank account unless you want more of your bank account. Don't look at your body unless you're jacked and chiseled and you're in love with it. Only focus on what you want all the time. What do you want? What do you want? Where are you going? Where are you going? Right? Now, the universe responds to vibration. The law of attraction responds to vibration. So we don't get what we want. We get what we are. And I'm going to go a little deeper here, right? You don't get what you want. You get what you are. Since the law of attraction responds to vibration, you're going to get things, people, places, and things that are on the vibration you're at. So if you're in a low vibration, you're always bitching, moaning, complaining, I don't have to wonder what your life looks like, right? You're not driving the car you want. You're not in the relationship you want. You're not in the body you want because you're always in a low vibration. But like I said, up until now, that's not your fault. From here going forward, though, you're no longer going to be ignorant, right? The way Bob says this is ignorance and stupidity. And once you remove ignorance, then it just becomes stupid, right? When you know and you're not doing the thing, well, that's just stupid. And that's what I was doing, right? As soon as I became aware, I'm like, well, I don't want to be stupid. Let's move this stuff into action. So guys, this is how it works. This is how most people are programmed. You have a conscious mind, a subconscious mind, and a body. And this is not opinion. This is physics. It's not my opinion. This is science and physics. This is you. This is me. You have a conscious, you have a subconscious, you have a body. And we're born in ignorance, and our parents are ignorant, and the school systems are ignorant. Right? Ignorance just means not knowing. So we're programmed to have worry and doubt about everything. Negative thinking, right? Negative thinking leads to the emotion of fear. So worry and doubt in the conscious mind, for those of you that have worry and doubt, you're worried about the bills, you're worried about COVID, you're worried about catching a disease or getting a disease, you're going to attract those things. Low vibration thoughts, low vibration results. It's straight physics. If I want a light to come out of that bulb, if I want that bulb to express light, I turn the switch on, don't I? Cause, effect. Worry leads to fear. Fear is an emotion in your subconscious mind. Emotion is energy in motion. It's no different than that light switch, right? Sending electrons in a flow through a wire to a bulb. You are a conduit for energy flow. So if you have worry and doubt, it's going to create fear, and fear leads to the physical form of anxiety. This is what a lot of network marketers do. They get all jazzed up. I'm going to start this company. I'm going to crush it. And the next day, they have worry and doubt of what's my friend going to say? What's my mom going to say? What's my colleagues going to say? Worry and doubt. It leads to fear. Well, I don't want, what are they going to think about me? Like, I don't want to piss people off. Fear. And then you get anxiety. If you hold on to that thought long enough, it's like you get a stomach ache. You get a headache. You get the jitters. Physical expression from the no thing to and through you to the something. That's what anxiety is. It's the physical expression of worry and doubt. So if anybody here has anxiety, it comes from ignorance, not knowing of how this works. Now, since anxiety doesn't feel good, it's easier to procrastinate. It's easier to not reach out to people, go sit on the couch, turn on the TV, and watch other people living their dreams. That's what TV is, right? Now, I'm not saying TV is a bad thing. I was watching some movies last night, but that's after I crushed a 14-hour day and almost 100K in sales, right? So everything is about balance, right? I don't watch the news and I don't watch regular TV. I choose the movie that I want to watch and then I watch it, right? But for those of you that are procrastinating, this is why. It's because you don't like the feeling of anxiety and you don't know you need to punch through that stuff. We're going to show you how to do it, right? So procrastination over time leads to a physically depressed human being. Somebody working a job that they hate for 40 years, they're going to be depressed. I mean, that's not rocket science to figure that out. And it also is not somebody that's thinking. Just think about this phrase. Somebody that's working a job they hate for 40 years is not a thinking human being. Nobody would ever do something they hated if they were thinking. They're doing what they're programmed to do from society. This is how strong paradigms are. Societal programming, right? What we're trying to do here in Vive is give people the red pill. If you've ever seen the movie The Matrix, we want to give them the red pill and give them some solutions about leveraging and scaling and building businesses. So guys, this is what happens. And depression is eventually going to lead to dis-ease, which is a body not at ease. All right, so we're giving you a little bit of knowledge today. You're going to have study and understanding. You got to be on the side of positive thinking. And positive thinking is not unicorns and rainbows. You're either going to think positive or negative. That's the facts. There's no neutral thinking. You're either thinking positive or negative, and either way, it's a choice. So what I want you to do is just make the choice, flip the switch to the positive side, because positive thinking, positive results. And this study and understanding leads to faith, right? Yeah, The Matrix is my favorite movie too. That's why my company is called The Matrix, by the way. You might have seen that. That's why. We're giving people the red pill, a little bit of information. And it's the truth, right? The truth resonates. So faith is not just a religious term. Faith is a state of mind. It's a vibration. It's the opposite of fear. Fear and faith are polar opposites. It's impossible to be in fear and faith at the same time. Think about that. Impossible. You're either in a fear-based state or a faith-based state at all times in your life. So why not choose to be in a faith-based? I don't wonder if my software company is going to sell for $21 billion. I have faith it's going to. It's a knowingness. I don't ever even question it, right? Matter of fact, I have it right here in my vision book, right? There's my little software company right next to Facebook and WhatsApp, and there's a $21 billion goal under it. And that's not a big number or a small number. It's just something I want, right? So think about this. So well-being puts a body into movement, acceleration. Acceleration leads to action. This is just you reaching out to people. Hey man, are you open to taking a look at something? If not, no big deal. Do that 100 times a day for the next 52 weeks. You'll need a telescope to look back. It's such a simple thing. Most people miss it, right? Guys, if I could put this in a syringe and inject it in your ass, I would. I wish I could. This is so simple. A lot of people miss it. So if I was you, I would take a screenshot of this, and I can probably get the PDF out to you guys if you want as well. All right, guys, so play along with me here again. I want you to take a look at this picture. What does this picture represent to you guys? What does this picture represent to you guys? Take a look at this. I found this on the internet. What does this look like to you guys? See if we catch people sleeping here. You guys awake? Confusion, chaos, no pain, no plan. Yeah, right, chaos. Too much negative info, stress, absolutely. Chaos, yeah. Yeah, stress, fear, right? Fear, doubting. Some of you are doubting. You join Vive and you doubt that it's going to work. Well, you're putting out a low vibration. It's never going to work. That's physics. Worry. When I say worrying is like praying for what you don't want. Let that one sink in. Some of you here are people of faith, and some people confuse that with religion. It can be the same thing, but right? Think about this though. Worrying is like praying for what you don't want, putting out thought energy to call into existence what you don't want. Now, some of you are very good at praying for what you do want. You don't realize that worrying is the opposite of prayer. That makes sense? Now, take a look at this. If you're in this state of mind, nobody's signing into your Vive business or any other business for that matter. And a lot of you are walking around like this, worrying, doubting, fearing, negative energy in the wrong damn direction, right? Guys, just a capful of this, Now, what does this look like to you guys? And some of you might not know Alex. Alex is somebody that studies the same material I do with Bob Proctor. 29 years old. I think he's coming up on $2 million a month in a network marketing company. But what does this look like to you guys? What does this picture represent, or what does this look like to you guys? Happiness, peace of mind? Yeah, 2 million a month, probably a little peace of mind, huh? Residual income. Contentment. No, not contentment. These people are not content. They're happy, they're grateful, but never satisfied. I can promise you that. Confidence, aware. Guys, this is what faith looks like. This is what faith looks like. Faith is not hoping. Faith is not even believing. Faith is a knowingness. If you have faith in Jesus, that's a knowingness. Like nobody can take you off that path. If you don't wonder, you don't question, you got to have faith in yourself, right? It has nothing to do with Vive. It has everything to do with you. You need to have faith in yourself. And faith is a knowingness. It's a frequency. All right, guys, so I want to move into some methods of operation. We went into mindset, went into network marketing. Hopefully, I'm giving you guys some tools here so that you can get bulletproof in your presentations, bulletproof when you're talking to people. But I want to give you a daily method of operation. And that daily method of operation is what we said before. Study for your mind every day, 15 or 20 minutes. Study for your craft and take daily measurable action. Now, guys, when I talk about studying for your mind, one thing you could do if you want, we have the Mindset Masters. I don't need you to do this, but we have daily live coaching and mindset. If you're resonating with this here, you can copy that link or get with the person who brought you to this, and they can help you get connected with that. Daily live coaching, and we do once a week webinars as well. So if the information I'm showing you here resonates, you can find out how to join the Mindset Masters. But you could read Think and Grow Rich. I mean, there's books. You don't have to join us. There's a lot of ways to work on mindset. Working with the Law by Raymond Halliwell. Neville Goddard has a bunch of books. There's a lot of mindset books out there, right? Think and Grow Rich is right here on my desk. You know, there's no strange, right? This is Open to Persistence right here on my book, on my desk, right? This is my leather-bound version signed by Bob Proctor, right? My friend and mentor there in the picture. It's open on my desk over here. Now, that's not a coincidence because I study that every day. So if you were going to do one thing, you could just get Think and Grow Rich and study that every single day for the rest of your life. All right, but daily measurable action, right? Now, this was for another company, but for you guys, I want you to think about this. Our daily measurable action is how many people are you prospecting per day? How many people you're asking? Are you open to taking a look at my service, saving a few bucks? How many people are you open? How many people you're asking, are they open to taking a look at your business model? Hey, Janice, listen, I see you're in real estate. We don't know each other, but I have something that can increase your effectiveness in real estate and increase the service you're providing. Would you be open to a quick phone call? If not, no big deal. You send that message to 50 people a day. Like, it's impossible to fail if you guys do this. Daily, measurable, trackable habits, right? Make sure you're tracking your results. How many people did you reach out to? How many people did you get on a phone call or a presentation, and how many people signed? If you're not tracking, you're not in business. If you can't point to your calendar and show me the days that you're working your Vive business, I'm talking an hour here on Tuesdays, an hour with us on Saturdays, 5 appointments a week, half hour apiece. If you can't show that on your calendar, you're not in business, right? So you need a weekly method of operation too, right? And you need to attend presentations. Like, guys, show up for the Tuesday nights at 7. Do that for the rest of your life. If you do that one thing, you'll probably hit 6 or 7 figures in this business, because we teach every single Tuesday. You can't go there and not learn. And since we learn through repetition, I'm going to rewire your program so that you guys probably even understanding that. And you'll start to take action. So commit to Tuesday nights at 7. If you don't do it, your team's not going to do it. And if you're not plugged in, then you're not in business. You're not in network marketing. And if you're not plugged into real estate, then you're not a realtor. And if you're not plugged in, if you're a contractor, you're not a contractor, right? This is just business 101. So the weekly method of operation for us is Tuesday nights at 7, or we also have a 10 o'clock. And Nolan does an 8 o'clock. He does a version of this at 8, right? And then Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. So plug into those trainings. There's a whole bunch of us that are going to the GoPro Mastery. Like, if you want to become a 6-figure or 7-figure earner in network marketing, that's a no-miss event. It's in December, and we have some tickets for that. But that's what I mean about plugging in into your industry, right? Get on these weekly calls. Make that part of your method of operation. Don't make a ton of excuses, right? Don't make a ton of excuses Tuesday night, well, whatever. Because you can either make excuses and be successful, but you can't do both. And that's just life 101. I saw Jonathan Wells was on here, professional NFL player, my man. He could have either made excuses or been a pro NFL player, but he wasn't going to do both. Think about that. Same with you guys. Whatever it is you want to do, like stop buying your own BS and your own excuses. You got to do the work. Ray Higgins says that, good friend of mine. You got to do the damn work. All right, guys. So you got to plug in, got to do the work, and you got to be a professional promoter. Promote to your team. Why show up for Tuesday? Why should they show up? Most of your team, guys, they're not on this call today. I know that by the numbers, right? There's 57 people on here. So most of your team, most of my team is not on this call. So I need to do better promotions. But what if they were on this call? What if this was the one call that got them to understand what we're doing? And then they finally went to work, right? Now we did record this and we are recording this. So we'll get that to you. But promotions. Promote the company, promote Tuesday night, promote yourself as a brand. Everything is promotions. All right, guys, so, excuse me. I'm going to give you some paradigm shifting tools here too, and help you guys really crack the code here. You need to have a goal card. You need to have a vision board, and you need to have a life script. This is the deal. There's 3 things I'm going to teach you, and this is not a network marketing thing. This is what we teach. I have $100,000 clients. We teach this. We teach this to corporations. This is just a life thing. If you want to rewire that operating system in your mind, do these 3 things. Now, a goal card is just a clear statement, right? It's a short paragraph with a clear goal. Remember the slide that I showed you? It said 96% of the world's wealth is earned by 1% of the population. Well, guess what? Only 1% of the population has a clear written goal. So if you want to move into the 1%, I would write your goal today. I'm so happy and grateful now that by January 1, 2021, I am earning in excess of $10 million a month through multiple revenue sources in a calm, confident manner. Like I could say that in my sleep because it's part of my DNA. You could wake me up out of coma and I would just come up with that. It's like asking me my name. That's because I have a goal card. And you carry this thing, right? Laminate it. Read it in the morning 10 times. Read it at night 10 times. This is you brainwashing yourself. Now, most of you are not going to do this, but most of you are not going to be in the 1% of income earners either. This is so simple, most people miss it. So you're telling me I just need to write a goal on a card and read it in the morning and read it at night, and I'm going to be successful. And the answer is yes. It's called auto-suggestion. It causes your subconscious to start to drive your body into action. All right, guys, so get a goal card. And this is the way it works. Right now, you might have a goal. You might be jazzed up right now. You know what? I am going to make a decision. I am going to be a 7-figure earner in this company. Now you get an idea in your mind, right? You need to get it into the subconscious mind. That's the deal, because the subconscious is driving the ship. When you go to walk across the room, you're not consciously walking. You're consciously saying, I want to walk across the room. It gets handed off to the subconscious, and the subconscious drives this thing we call a body, right? So you got to get it into the subconscious. It sets up a vibration in the body. The body takes action, right? The body is an instrument of the mind, and this is how you get what we call results. Most of you are looking at results to cause your thinking. You're going backwards. It's against physics. It's against physics. This is why people don't succeed. They don't understand some basic physics. All right, guys? So vision boards. A lot of people think vision boards are like unicorns and rainbows. I'm going to show you the science behind it. Your vision board is like my vision book here. I made a vision book because I moved to this lake house, right? And I'm going to show you guys real quick. I moved to this lake house, and I no longer have any wall space, right? No more wall space. I used to have 4-foot by 8-foot vision boards, right? Now I have a vision book. Sits here right on my desk. I got laminated pictures, right? #1 wealth mindset coach in the world. #1 income earner in ViV. Again, sorry, Jim and Ed and Brendan. Whoop, there's a physical one. We'll go past that, right? What do you guys want? What is it that you want? I know this is all happening, right? As we speak, I'm moving to Miami this winter, second house. You know, have some pictures in there. What is it that you guys want? Now, these are just some physical things. I have reminders. These slides that I'm showing you, there's people that remind me of where I'm going, right? How'd you like to have a boat that was bigger than your house? Now, guys, don't make my dreams your dreams. And these are not just material things. I mean, my goal is to impact humanity. Those are just some nice little toys and things and trinkets, right? So have a vision board or a vision book. A picture's worth 1,000 words. It reinforces the goal to the subconscious mind. That's what it does. The goal is for your subconscious. It's money and a date, right? It's for the cybernetic mechanism of your subconscious mind. But the vision board is to get you emotionally involved. Like, that's where I'm going, that's where I'm going, that's where I'm going, right? We think in pictures. We think in pictures. Back in the Stone Age, they would find these hieroglyphics, these drawings on the cave walls, right? And they would find like this picture here where they're hunting, or there would be arrows in the animals, right? Back when the caveman days and the tribal days. What you got to realize is these pictures that were on the walls, they weren't drawing pictures of something that just happened. They didn't go hunt and then draw a picture about what happened. They were drawing a picture of something they were trying to call into existence. Think about this. They were tapping into God and the infinite, saying, this is what we desire, right? We think in pictures. Everything I'm doing with you here, right, sets up vibration. I showed you pictures. It sets up vibration. So we think in pictures, guys. That's why a vision board, and here's one of my 4-foot by 8-foot vision boards before I moved into this home. And guess what? Here's the home I live in. Here's the lake house, right? Multi-million-dollar lake house. And it's got 650 feet in front. I got no neighbors. It's the nicest property in the whole damn lake. And it wasn't for sale. Guys, this property that I am broadcasting from was never for sale, but it was on my vision board. So it had to happen. Does that make sense? It was never for sale. The guy was never going to sell it. But since it was on my vision board 2 years ago, it caused me to keep thinking about it. And I just hounded the crap out of the guy. And eventually I set up a deal and a vibration. I persuaded him to do it. It was never on the market. People say, how'd you get that house? What do you mean? It was on my vision board. Scientifically, it has to happen. That makes sense, guys? Get a vision board. And don't get a small one, right? Small vision board, small vision. All right, guys? Think about that. The life script. This is the most powerful thing we can do here. This is where you take a little bit of time on a weekly basis to journal and craft your life, right? This is your affirmations. This is your dreams, your goals, your desires, your body, your spirituality. It's a little story about yourself as if it already existed. It's the written and spoken story of your life. Now, again, most of you are not going to do this, but most of you are not going to earn like the 1% either. It's so easy. Most people overlook it. It's not hard to do it. I'm telling you. It's not hard for you to spend a little bit of time this weekend. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm earning in excess of $10 million a month. I'm living in a penthouse in Miami, and it feels this way and that way. We're taking helicopter rides, and I'm going to close on my second property in Maui, right? My wife is there, and my kids, and this is what it feels like. This is what it looks like. We're on vacation. These are the businesses. I'm a professional public speaker. I have multiple businesses. We got real estate going, right? It's the written and spoken story of your life as if it's already happened, though, not out there in the future, right? You need to teach the subconscious mind and paint the picture, and it'll cause your body to create the reaction. It's called the actor's technique. You guys remember the movie Batman with Heath Ledger? When I say this is the actor's technique, a good actor reads the script, don't they? And they read the script over and over again, don't they? And they speak it out loud, don't they? This is the actor's technique. Now, Heath Ledger got so involved with the character of the Joker that he never could come out of it, and he committed suicide. He OD'd. Now, my understanding is Heath Ledger was actually in the character of the Joker, even offset. 24/7, 365, he became this depressed, sinister character. I think this happens to a lot of actors, the really good ones, the Robin Williams, you know, they get into these roles, they don't act anymore, they become. They're rewiring their subconscious mind through repetition in a script. This makes sense, guys? This sinking in? You guys can do the same thing with your life. This is what I've done. This is what we teach our clients to do. Now, guys, in network marketing, I want you to play along with me again here. In network marketing, here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. You got to be like this tribe. This tribe was the only tribe in the history of the world. In the history of the world. If you've seen this before, don't answer this question. I want you to play along with me. But there was one tribe in the history of the world, and all kinds of cultures and all different places throughout time. There's been a lot of documentation about rain dancing, right? But there was only one tribe that every single time they did a rain dance, it rained. I want you to think about this. Only one tribe in history, every single time they did a rain dance, it rained. But all the other tribes throughout history, there was really no rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. Guys, type in the chat. And again, if you've seen this before, don't answer, but type in the chat. Why do you think this one tribe, every single time they did a rain dance, it rained? Why do you suppose that is? Belief and faith without doubt. That's absolutely part of it. So we get some people paying attention. Repetition and faith, absolutely. What else? Buying in, sure. Bought into the tribe's idea. Teamwork, sure. Network marketing, absolutely. Guys, I want this one to sink in. If you haven't paid attention to anything yet, pay attention to this. The reason why this one tribe made it rain every time they danced is because they danced until it rained. Think about this. They danced until it rained. Guys, you can't come into network marketing, set a goal of 10K a month, and then question what you're doing every day. And if it doesn't happen in 3 months or 6 months or a year, dance until it rains. That's what the 1%, that's what we do. There's no plan B. There's no plan B. This is the deal. We make a decision and we dance until it rains, and it doesn't matter what you think about me or my parents or my kids. None of that matters, right? Lions are not concerned with the opinions of sheep. Make a damn decision on what you want and then dance until it rains. I promise you, it's not the company, the industry, or anything else. It's only the person looking in the mirror. All right, guys? And again, I'm not here to beat you up. I'm here to wake you up. All right, 95% of wealth building is in mindset and 5% what you do, right? Think about this. You got to make decisions. You have to make a decision. Decision comes from the Latin desire, which means, or decidere, to cut off. Most of you haven't made a decision of what you want. You got to be good decision makers. All of these people, they make a decision, they go for it. So I want you to imagine your life 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, from this webinar, making a decision in Vive, right? Imagine some of the things that could come into your life. Now, this is the visual part of it. This is the frequency of mind. This is the faith that you have to hold on to. Where do you imagine, right? These are all pictures out of my vision book. Get your own damn vision book. You're welcome to copy these, right? You got to imagine. Now, all of my businesses, I can work anywhere in the world from a laptop. I shut down my construction company. I'm no longer physically bound. All of my income comes to me through multiple sources, right? Whether I'm sleeping or awake, because I've done the damn work and I've done everything I've showed you in this slide. I can work from anywhere in the world right now. And again, I don't say that to impress you. It took 5 years to get there, and I was rowing the same boat of ignorance for 40 years. But then I made a decision. And you know what? I don't have some of the friends that I used to have, right? We weren't on the same page. Now I have friends in over 80 countries though, right? From meeting Bob and that association. I want you guys to imagine, what is it like? I bring my family, right? I bring my family on trips like this every year. I brought 15 people to Hawaii for 3 weeks. I don't say that to impress you. What would that feel like to you? Some of your family that's not figuring this stuff out. Some of the ones that are laughing at what you're doing right now. What if 2 years from now, you're like, hey, and you don't want to be spiteful, right? You want to be aware. So guys, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Don't do what you did yesterday unless you want yesterday's results. I would also say the definition of insanity is watching this webinar and then not joining us in the mindset training, not joining us in Vive, not freeing yourself, not doing the things, right? Don't watch this webinar and then just do the same stuff over and over again. All right, guys, so that's my time here today. Hopefully you've gotten some value out of this. I want you to make it a great day. Be well, and God bless.